New details tonight on the future of a multi-million-dollar construction project in Milwaukee. Mayor Cavalier Johnson says he plans to reconstruct 6th Street are not happening anymore.
Yeah, he says because the federal funding is now gone, a casualty of the bill signed into law by President Trump on July 4th. Durante Matthews live for us tonight with the effect city leaders say this will have on that part of the city.
Yeah, Ted and Mary, there's a lot of disappointment coming from City Hall tonight. It was just last year where former President Joe Biden announced about $36 million to help reconstruct this portion of 6th Street. But now Mayor Johnson is saying all that's over. On a stretch of street with a lot of movement, cars, buses, wheels and heels, one thing is at a standstill.
It was terrible. It was terrible for Milwaukee.
Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson says the city is losing out on $34 million in grant funding. The money was designated for the Complete 6th Street program. In 2024, then President Joe Biden announced the funding.
We're going to transform the way people live, work, and travel.
The goal was to redesign the 6th Street corridor from North Avenue to National Avenue. This included making improvements like widening sidewalks, adding landscaping, and installing dedicated bike and bus lanes.
This was a project that made that corridor safer, that corrected some of the wrongs that affected African American and Latino communities in Milwaukee.
However, Mayor Johnson says the money has been rescinded, one of the cuts from President Trump's tax cut and spending bill.
Now, President Trump and his administration said, no, that's not going to happen. And it's a sad thing for the city.
We reached out to local businesses in the Walker's Point area. Some say they weren't knowledgeable enough to comment. Others tell me off camera they're not too upset, saying they feel the construction project may have limited business in the area that's already congested. Now, the Complete 6th Street project was initially planned in the city's 2040 strategic plan. Construction was slated to start in 2027. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Durante Matthews, FOX 6 News.
What about the end date at Durante?
Yeah, so it was supposed to go from 2027 and end in 2029. However, when asked earlier today, Cavalier Johnson, when asked what was next, what was coming up after all this, he just said the project's just not happening anymore.
All right, thanks for the update out there, Durante.